We're going to talk about death metal's most fun, in my opinion, genre, slam death metal. Now, for some reason, this is just one of the most fun, guilty pleasure death metal genres. People make fun of deathcore, but slam death gets a pass. It's got breakdowns, it's got chunky riffs, it's got crazy, fast, grindcore, unbelievable brutality moments. But at the end of the day, it still feels like this weird, guilty pleasure kind of joke thing. So I'm going to talk about a bunch of modern slam death metal bands you guys should absolutely check out. Kicking it off with one of the best ones, in my opinion, hailing from Russia, Abominable Putridity. It's a band renowned for their brutal slam death metal, sure, but the release of their latest album, Parasitic Metamorphosis Manifestation, back in 2021, that marked their first full-length release in 9 years, which is actually kind of crazy. The iteration of this era of the band was spearheaded by the drummer Alexander Kubiashvili, who handled all of the instruments and features the iconic slam metal vocalist Angel Ochoa. Like most slam death metal, it is just completely over the top, and this band knows how to do it, in my opinion, better than most in the genre. They just launched a new single too over on YouTube. Check this out. There's chunky boy riffs, sure, but there's also intense syncopated blast beats, unrelenting riffs, and just bountiful boundaries of slam and brutal death metal. Easily one of my favorites in the genre. Definitely check them out. Extermination Dismemberment. This is a standout in modern slam and brutal death metal, one of my favorites. They made their debut on Unique Leader Records with their third album, Dehumanization Protocol. This album offers a highly grandiose and destructive listening experience. You know what I love, being a huge Terminator fan? It evokes that chaos of that apocalyptic scenario of cybernetic droids destroying humankind. The drummer Dennis and his powerful snare tone, Arseny's slamming riffs, and combined with that deep death metal growls and choir vocals, creates just a heavy and unique sound. Dehumanization Protocol is just an exceptional record in modern slam death metal. It's marked by intricate musicianship, intense vocal delivery, and really cool creative thematic elements. Even though Terminator's been done 1,000 times in metal, this one is particularly special. This album really cements the band's status as a force in the slam death metal community too. It's a modern day slam classic. If you somehow missed this record, absolutely spin it. Analepsy, one of the best brutal slamming death metal bands, and they're from Portugal no less. Their second album, Quiescence, was a killer return to form after their hiatus. This album features a new lineup with members of Annihilation and Necrovile, and they delivered 39 minutes of devastatingly brutal slam. Analepsy excels at crafting insanely beastly compositions, forming the backbone of their brutal slam sound. This album includes some killer guitar solos too, and some dynamic songwriting influenced by old school death metal, enhancing its overall impact of the slam. Quiescence offers that exceptional slam metal experience, man, with highly impressive production, especially for the slam death metal genre, and I highly praise their precise execution on this album. This is a really great return to form for the band. I hope they do more. For fans of slam death metal, essential listen, check it out. You can't have a slam death metal list without the almighty Devourment. And you know what? 2019 for a lot of people was a weird as hell year, but one big upside was that we got a Devourment album. Obscene Majesty redefines brutality and slam and death metal, in my opinion. This album delivers an earth-shattering experience, reminiscent of tectonic forces, of continents colliding at high speeds. With Brad Fincher on drums and Ruben Rosas on vocals, Devourment returned to their roots, channeling that raw energy of molesting the decapitated, but trying to do something new and just absolutely depraved. This album is a masterclass in combining grooves, slams, blast beats, but tracks like Arterial Spray Patterns and Profane Contagion shows their ability to blend that slow, crushing slam groove with rapid, devastating blast beats. Obscene Majesty spans 47 relentless minutes, and yeah, that's a little on the long side for a slam death metal record. I kind of like them shorter. There's a lot of gem moments on this album, and it's one of the greatest extreme metal albums of the 2010s decade. If you love slam death metal, do not miss this. It honestly solidifies Devourment's legendary status. Cerebral Incubation. It's funny. I love slam death metal. That's why I'm making this list. But I think a sweet spot for a lot of these records is in like the 20-minute range, and I've had my fix. The American slam metal band Cerebral Incubation, their album Fermented Cranial Inebriating Fluids, was released on Brutal Mind Productions, and it's exactly that, a short, brutal slab of absolutely perfect slam death metal. The whole release is filled with bowel-scraping death metal riffs, devastating breakdowns, and demonic vocals. Each track begins with really cool, sinister samples that sets that dark, violent tone, almost reminiscent of what Mortician was doing back in the 90s with the horror movie samples. It works really well here.
Bam, bam, bam. Whack, whack. When's it ever gonna stop?
Despite its brevity, Fermented Cranial Inebriating Fluids feels highly substantial in the genre. I love this short record. Highlights include the intricate guitar work on Infatuated Acropostian and the opener. This release absolutely shows Cerebral Incubation's place in the brutal death metal scene. I hope these guys do more stuff. Katalepsy, unique leader almost never disappoints, man. And Moscow's Katalepsy's third album, Terra Mortus Est, continues their legacy of killer brutal slam death metal. This release marked the return of the drummer Andriy Patsionov, maintaining the band's highly strong lineup continuity. Throughout Terra Mortus Est, the band balances blast beats, slam, forceful vocals, and melodic guitar harmonies, and oddly it works here with the brutal backdrop of slam death metal. I love the vocals on this record too. There's a bit more nuance and energy than other slam bands. The production is fantastic, and some guitar solos are a little overly prominent in the mix, but it doesn't ruin it for me. Terra Mortus Est is a mature yet brutally heavy record, standing very strong alongside Katalepsy's previous works. It's one of 2020's best brutal slam death metal releases and one of the best in the modern slam death landscape. Highly recommended for those of the genre. Definitely check it out. Gutteral Slug. This band is so fucking good, dude. Their latest album, Plague of Filth, is pure, unadulterated, brutal slam death, serving up massive guitar chugs and extreme metal vocals with absolutely no apologies. With Anthony Davis on vocals, there's a fresh dynamic that leans more towards brutal death metal territory, avoiding the over-the-top frog croaks often found in slam that's a little bit too much. The dynamicism here is great. Instead, Davis brings a varied vocal style that complements the groovy mid-tempo riffs and the crawling slam destruction. Tracks like Swallowed by Darkness showcases the band's dedication to finding rich-ass heavy grooves, creating head-bobbing moments that just have a hint of atmosphere to them. Plague of Filth may not be groundbreaking in the slam genre, sure, but you know what? No one really looks for that in slam death metal anyway. It's undeniably fun, highly entertaining. It's a relentless assault that definitely hits all the right chunky notes, showing an improvement over their last release, Megalodon, which is kind of hard to do. That's an awesome album. Get ready to be beaten to a pulp, folks. Check this one out, you'll love it. If you're looking for more videos from Forgemaster, check out some right here. Go with the gods, Forge mates. Don't get eaten by the Megalodon. See you guys next time.